Good evening.
We have a new person with us. He will be joining us later in the game. What is it, less than... Oh, we may have just... I don't know. I don't know how much of that I caught. Either way. You know, she tried to eat a spider the size of a quarter the other day.
Okay.
But failed miserably, and then just, like, stared at it.
She just wanted protein.
Yeah, because she doesn't get her cookies. But, you know, she gets, like, beef gullet and all of that. The spoiled ass that she is. Rat. Aren't you? The paw thing is all the time. Hi, Kraken. Oh, you got one of those fancy cameras. Yeah, it's got the tracker and all of that.
I'm using the video broadcast.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
It's tracking, is that good?
It works. Like, I could actually go like this, and it should... Nope. Nope, it doesn't do that. But if I go down here, apparently it works.
Nice. I tried the head tracking and it didn't work, but I also had a much worse camera. Oh, so how is everyone?
Turned down my headphones.
What?
The cat just turned down my headphones.
Nice. How is everyone today?
Oh, all right.
Another cough drop.
Oh god, are you gonna be okay tonight?
I've been worse.
So I guess that's a positive.
Tiny dog under my feet. He keeps getting closer to the edge of my chair. And one, he's taking the blanket down with him, but two, I like kick him every time I move. Gremlin dog. I don't know if you saw him. Come here, little gremlin. Yes.
Oh.
The ancient mop.
Yeah, he's like 16.
So adorable.
Slightly older than the potato.
Yes,
Maybe.
his name is Jellybean. I call him Gremlin.
Ooh, he's getting scratchy.
Be nice, Zava. He's got itchy skin. Stop, leave
Like,
him
how
alone.
dare you pay attention to anyone but me, mother?
I know. All day long. We excited for tonight's game?
Heck yeah. I have no idea what's going on, but I'm sure as heck gonna find out.
No one knows, that's fine. Not even me. Oh, this shirt's doing a weird thing on the screen.
Shirt's doing a weird thing on the
the
screen.
honeycomb pattern is doing a weird visual effect.
Oh.
Anything we want to talk about or questions to be asked before the game?
So,
You're super quiet, Nen. Barely. Let me turn your volume up on my end. I had to crank everyone down when I had to use my other headsets. Because... there you go. Because they were very painful.
Yeah, I get it.
Nothing else?
I think I'm personally good.
I am too.
Rolling our new intro. We've got the thing. It looks great. The pink actually kind of works because we on the bottom with the 3 we've got green, purple, pink. We've got the thing. So, welcome to Blood and Hope Detroit, everybody. It has been a minute since we've played, but this is how we're doing it now. Preface this with this is the world of darkness. If something that happens in the game causes you problems, mentally, physically, whatever, feel free to step back. We do recaps. Your mental health is more important than you listening to a game. Preface this with this is the world of darkness. If something happens in the game, so recap. Mentally, physically, whatever. Feel free to step back.
There was
your cult?
Your mental health is more important.
Yeah.
Than you listening to the game.
We investigated a cult.
Yeah, just that. Nothing else happened. You didn't meet a new kindred or anything.
Nope, that was it.
Nope.
We went to church and then we went home.
Didn't almost die.
Absolutely not.
What?
Yeah.
Yeah. Ellie, can you shut up?
But meantime, they did meet a new kindred, a Banu Hakim, and Damien almost died because people are trying to step on Rufus's toes.
Ellie, can you shut up?
So yeah, that was fun.
And you really didn't get any answers to the cult.
Not really, but we got some notes.
Yep. Got some notes and got some leads, but no answers. Not even any names. And you really didn't get any answers. Womp womp.
Yeah.
So, I am Feyla, the storyteller for the evening. Joining me tonight is Buttons playing Uriel.
Good evening.
Nenavar playing Zep.
Hello.
Dengle playing Chevy.
How's it going?
And our new player, Surga, playing Life.
Good evening.
Not literally Life, although that would be kind of hilarious.
Surga takes over as storyteller mid-episode.
Just usurps all of the vampires, slowly corrupting them. Not literally Life, although that would be kind of hilarious. All right, so let's start with rouse checks for the evening, I think. Tell me what you're sitting at and what your health is like, if you're down anything.
I
And not everyone at once, please.
Rouse checks for the evening, I think.
I am currently at 2 after failing my rouse check. And I did not get hurt last time, from what I remember. So
I don't think so.
It's episode 2 now.
Uriel passed their hunger check and is currently still sitting at 2. They didn't take any physical damage, but they did take they did use a little bit of willpower.
Oh, that would have gone away. That's fine, unless
Yeah.
you're in aggravated.
No.
And life is sitting at?
1 hunger.
Good on you.
She passed the rouse.
You're the only one. Well, Button's passed, but, you know, still at 2. And life is sitting at? Good on you. You're the only one. Well, Button's all right. So, I'm sorry, I'm distracted. We begin our evening with each of you waking up from your day sleep. What do you immediately do? All right. Starting with Zep.
I'm sorry, I'm distracted.
He would start making his way to the school because we have some things to look into surrounding the cult.
What do you immediately do?
Okay. So you make your way pretty much immediately there. What is Uriel doing?
As I recall correctly, Uriel actually has been spending nights at the school because they're working on organizing Rufus's newly acquired collection.
Right.
So they'll probably just wake up and continue doing that until other people get here.
Go ahead and give me intelligence and academics.
Okay.
Go ahead and give
3, 4.
Okay, so you make a small chunk of progress. You wished for more, but Zep would interrupt you right as you start to get going. Of course.
Of course.
Damn it, Zep. So we will leave you 2 there. What is Chevy doing?
Chevy is actually going to check in with one of his old friends.
Okay.
He calls them Kicker.
Kicker.
Yes.
Okay.
Specifically just making sure everything's going all right. And then asks if he can borrow his car for the evening.
Okay. Yeah, you need me to run it over to you?
I'll be over in a minute.
Okay. I don't have plans tonight.
I'll bring it back full in the morning. It's fine.
Yeah, it's about the only good reason to let you borrow it. Okay.
That's fair.
I don't have plans tonight. So, you go get it. Hands off the keys, no issues. Let you borrow it.
I feel like it's a not super great vehicle either.
Oh, what is it? I'm blanking on the name of it. Give me 1 second.
Just older, probably not super great taken care of type stuff.
The Crown Vic. It's a Crown Vic.
Old
Old Crown Vic. Bad paint job and everything included.
Good.
Still has the bar in the front.
Good. And he will head off to the school.
So it would take you a minute to get there, but you're not too far away. Did Zep walk or drive?
Drive.
Okay, so yeah, you get there not too far away from each other. Zep has a little bit of traffic to get through, but nothing else other than that. And we will leave you three meeting up for just a moment to go check in with Life. What does Life do? How does he begin his evening?
Well, what day is it?
I apologize about that, and I forgot to change it. It is the 21st of March.
Is it a Sunday?
It is a Monday.
Then he is reading in his library.
Okay. Anything specific that you wish to divulge?
Just having a good time reading. Some simple occult stuff. Nothing too worrying.
Nothing at all to worry about. So he'd probably do that for an hour or two. Yeah? Anything else to take care of in the meantime?
Maybe writing that to-do list he has to make every single week.
Okay. So, you take care of that. And we will leave you there for a little bit and pick you up soon. Uriel, Zep, and Chevy, you are all now at the school. Uriel, your sorting has been disturbed by people throwing open the doors. Or slipping in, whichever they choose to do.
Doubling Rufus on throwing in the doors.
I'm sure Uriel will flinch at the sound of that.
And that is what distracts you.
And Chevy would probably announce their presence immediately. Maybe not slamming the doors open, but definitely screaming, "I'm here," when he walks in.
Probably about 10 minutes after Zep shows up and wanders into the library.
Man, you guys are loud.
Could always put in some earplugs.
I usually don't have to. Normally people have the sense to not slam doors around here.
I mean, when I actually went to school here, that's what I do every time I walked into a class too, so.
Right. Wonderful.
They like to mark me not here for whatever reason.
Can't say I relate. What's up?
Just seeing if y'all figured anything else out about the whole craziness that was going on.
I haven't dug anything up. Of course, I haven't exactly been looking through what I've been ordering around. Well, no, a little bit, but not a lot. And if you want to look through all this and help me with it, maybe we could find something.
Uriel, your phone goes off. It is your...
Hello?
It's just a text. It's your ghoul. Hey, did you want me to swing by tonight to help?
I have another hand offering assistance. Yes, no? I don't want to tell them yes if we're going to walk in on some super secret planning.
Yeah, I'm fine with it.
Yeah, I don't know what would be super secret about it.
Sure, come on over.
Okay, give me...
We've got some company.
Give me like 20 minutes.
Thumbs up.
And that's all you hear from them.
So, anyway, I have not been able to find anything particular. Like I said, you're welcome to help me look through the remnants of our essentially Nosferatu database, such as it is.
The rest of King's books. Yeah, I'd recognize a few of these. But yeah, I guess I'll help. I don't know about him, but I'll help.
I started helping out a bit with this too, so hand to hand.
Appreciate it.
So, if you want to actually work on trying to find something, you can all pool your intelligence and academics or intelligence and occult. So, who wants to roll
You know,
first? Because it'll just be like how we typically do it. One person just keeps adding.
Zeppo will roll first since he only gets 2 dice.
Okay.
1 success.
Dengle add 1.
Gives me a pool of 3. I have investigation, not anything else. I have 1 as well.
What's your investigation? How many dice does your investigation add?
3.
Go ahead.
Oh, cool. It gives me 1 more. So 2.
Buttons add 2.
Okay. I am rolling intelligence and occult.
Okay.
Ooh, okay, that's a lot. Let me do a little math here. 2, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. On a crit.
Wow. Okay.
Yes. I rolled 10 dice.
Okay. That's a lot. So, it takes you a while. Maybe an hour into it, you're all starting to get a little frustrated because you've just found absolutely nothing. And then you do find a book scribbled in with some handwritten scribbles. And it mentions that there is, and the book is describing different sects. It's almost like a journal in and of itself, but it's been, and you don't know if someone reprinted it or something, but it's in a font, but it reads like a journal. And then there's some handwritten notes in there that really kind of call to attention the type of behavior that you were seeing. And it's saying things like looking for specific kindred. Seem to be all Banu Hakim. And it actually says those words. Not too often you see that written down. So you have a lead as to that it's actually part of the Banu, or potentially.
Uriel.
There's nothing describing what you guys saw in the book, but the behaviors of the cult. Every now and then you'll see it referenced in some of these scribbles or the book itself.
Uriel will pop their head up. Hey, Chevy, come here.
Sure. And he'll walk over.
What you make of this? And they'll point out the notes and the annotations in the book.
What that tells me is that's going to make it a lot harder for me to be okay with this. Just letting them be for a minute. Just saying. They're going to give me a bad name, and I don't like having a bad name. So.
Fair. Have you heard anything about this before? Do you know what this book is referencing? Do you know someone who might know?
No. The only people that I know that have half a bit of sense, this is going to sound awful, are in prison. That half a bit, the other half was what got him caught, so.
Well.
And before we get too far, the only loyalties that I have regarding any of this stuff, and I'll actually pull up a shirt and show you a tattoo on it, is them right here.
Does Uriel recognize the symbol?
Would you like to describe the symbol first, Dengle?
I feel like it's probably
also,
just
real fast. Uriel, in the meantime, your ghoul has shown up and was helping as well.
Okay.
I feel like it's just numbers.
You can streetwise or occult, Dengle?
This would be streetwise.
Wits and streetwise.
Yeah.
You can as well, Zap.
3. That's like max.
4.
4 maybe. I don't think 3 would quite be enough.
Probably not. But 4, they probably heard of them.
I don't have it pulled up in front of me, so would you like to...
Oh, it's just a random group of people that like to commit crimes together.
Okay. So yeah, you've probably heard of that group. Zap, you especially, given what you've gotten yourself into in the past. Probably heard of that group. Zap, you especially.
I'm so proud of them.
Gotten yourself into in the past.
I mean, I was at one point. Then I went to college.
This makes sense.
You're looking at me weird. What?
I'm just curious. This isn't my particular wheelhouse, as I'm sure you guessed. Never been one for the streets.
It shows.
Uriel, your phone goes off again. Just a text.
Take a look.
It is from Leon's school. Where are you?
At the school. What you need?
Where's Rufus? Where are you?
Out of town on business.
Haven't been able to get hold of him. Didn't realize he was gone. There's some problems. Haven't been able to get hold of him. Didn't realize he was.
Do you need to come to us, or do you want us to come to you?
There's some problems. I think coming here would be the best case scenario. Bring your group, please. I think coming here would be the best.
Will do. We have a new face with us, but he's been helpful so far.
If he is part of your group, go ahead and bring him.
Thumbs up.
If he is part of your group, go ahead and bring him.
hate to break up this party because I quite enjoy going through esoteric knowledge. However, we are needed at the cemetery.
Some weird Hekata's asking us to go there.
Yes.
Of course they are.
And he's not weird, he's just been around for a while, so.
So weird.
No.
Chevy, you can give wits and intelligence, intelligence and etiquette if you have it, to know who it is. Chevy, you can give
Nope.
Okay, well, see what you get.
I got one.
Okay, yeah, you have no idea. Okay, well, see what you get. Not really sure you know any Hekata. Okay, yeah, you have no idea.
Probably not.
Not really sure you know any Hekata. So, would you like to do anything before heading over there, or head over immediately?
Uriel will talk to their ghoul for just a sec. Hey, we gotta step out and deal with a thing. If you need anything, let me know.
Yeah, should I stay here and keep going through stuff?
You can if you want. You're more than welcome to.
Yeah, should I stay here? Yeah, seeing as I don't really have a job right now, I don't have much else better to do.
Oh, right. That reminds me. I need. What kind of job are you looking to get?
Anything that will pay my bills.
Okay. I have a friend that works in city records. Might be able to get you in with them.
Sure. I've done filing before.
Pays well from what I hear, so
Put me through to them later.
can do.
So, you all head out. Are you taking one vehicle or driving separately? You don't have the
You guys
Rufus
want me to
mobile right
drive?
now.
Or I can. I grab my buddy's car.
If you don't mind, I Ubered over here, so would appreciate a ride.
Zeps or
What kind of vehicle does Zep drive?
Pretty much a completely. You definitely made attempts to make it as nondescript as possible. Black sedan.
Yeah, so black sedan or old Crown Vic. Same thing either way. So Chevy would allow Zep to drive if Zep wanted to.
So we'll take it.
Okay, so you're in the Crown Vic, but Zep is driving.
No, I'm saying Zep's car.
Oh, okay. I was confused there. Alright, so yeah, y'all pile into the sedan that's tried to be made nondescript, but totally is more suspicious now because of it. Maybe. Who knows? You don't get pulled over, and that's the important thing. And so, you guys drive over to the cemetery in which Leon resides. And Evelyn is there to meet you at the gate. I think it was Evelyn. She is there to meet you at the gate, standing rather impatiently. And you can see she has a kind of like a moped parked next to her as she's waiting to have it unlocked. And you can see she has a kind of like a moped parked next to her as she's waiting to have it unlocked. And as you roll forward, she unlocks it, slides it open, and closes it behind you. And then, not even really saying a word, she'll jump on her scooter and just take off, expecting you to follow. Do you?
We should follow her.
Take off. Expecting to follow. Nothing accosts you this evening. It's actually silent. There's nothing there, nothing catching your attention. Strangely so, given what Uriel has seen of this place.
Oh wow, something really is wrong.
Why's that?
There's nothing here.
It's a graveyard.
No, not like that, not like that. There were lots of things here last time Rufus and I were.
They're called funerals. It's fine.
No. Weird, almost fey creatures. It was weird. Leon explained it to me. Sort of.
Right.
You guys can roll intelligence or wits on a cult to see if you know of any other supernatural creatures of that description.
Oh, hey, I got 2.
You know there's other things, but you've never encountered them and you've never really heard anything about them. You know there's other things, but did Zep roll? Does Zep want to
I
roll?
don't care enough.
Okay. Did Zep roll? So you guys are driving, and it takes actually a very short amount of time for Uriel compared to what she had experienced prior. But to the rest of you, it seems like a normal drive. Little winding, little looping. But eventually you make it to the like mausoleum type building that Leon resides in. And Evelyn gets off her bike and just kind of tries to hurry you up, but without overtly showing it. But you can tell that there's an air of impatience.
Uriel will make very quick introductions as they hop out of the vehicle and kind of nod to the others to follow.
We heard about Zep. That one's a new one.
Yeah.
It's to Chevy.
It's Chevy. Evelyn, Chevy. He's helping us take down a cult.
Well, let's see if it has anything to do with what the problem is. Maybe.
The notes we found the other night were any indication? Probably. Let's go.
And she will escort you in. And as you're in there, you see Leon, his pale, corpse-like self. And he is bleeding into a bowl. Chevy, give me a roll, please. Willpower roll. It's not difficult, but there is vitae in the air, and it is thick and heavy.
I got 2.
You have a hard time taking your focus off of it, given your Banu Hakim nature. But you're not going to do anything. And after a minute, he realizes you guys are there and looks up and stops what he's doing. Good. Where is Rufus?
Out of town on God only knows what kind of business. Didn't tell us.
Would have been nice to know that he was gone. But you're not going to do anything. There's a problem going around. There is nothing here. I can't
Yeah.
summon anything here. Everything is gone.
Yeah, I noticed that on the way in. Is there like a dampener or something?
I'm not sure. It started the night he decided to crash a car into another Hakata. So I don't know if anything happened there. I'm not sure. It started the night he decided to crash a car into
Huh.
another Hakata. And has been getting steadily worse. So I don't know if anything happened there.
So what can we do to help?
Fixing the problem that he caused. And has been getting steadily worse.
Okay. I guess the first thing we need to do is figure out exactly what the problem is, unless you know.
No, and that is the strange thing. And also, it wasn't this cemetery that it happened at. I sent a few of the younger ones out, and things are very sparse in the city limits.
It's nothing nowhere, everywhere.
More and more so by the day.
Not trying to be like weird here, but wouldn't that be a potentially good thing? But because it means less people can mess stuff up. I understand, like, you're trying to do whatever that was, but like
preparing for something. There is nothing I have been able to find since that night to cause this. And given I am fairly certain that Rufus is at the center of it, I was going to have him help fix the problem.
Is it possible that the zombie thing was just distraction so they can do whatever they needed to make this happen?
Very likely. Who would be focused on them at that point?
Do we have any idea where a number center would be?
No. It's seemingly just spreading. I can't find a singular point other than it seemed to have started the night where he crashed the vehicle into them. And around that area, I assume that is where it started.
It sounds like we need to go back there and take a look and see if anything's lingering.
I have already. And I didn't find anything on this side.
What about the other side?
That's why I brought you here. It will take quite a bit of preparation, and that is what I'm doing now. But seeing as Quinn is now gone, I don't have very many people that I don't think will immediately and get killed there. It's where you all come in.
What you need us to do?
Get your own preparations ready. I have an acquaintance on the other side of the city who will be able to help you in that. Although, convincing her to help will take some doing.
Any particular advice on that matter?
Potentially someone Evelyn can send you to help in that matter. It might not be bad to bring along as well.
Okay. And who might that be?
Is Chevy going to say something?
What exact kind of preparation do you have in mind for us? Because, like, I would assume when he reaches in his behind him and pulls out his firearm, I assume these don't work.
Better than nothing there. You'll be able to take what you can keep on your person.
Okay. See what I can scrounge up.
I recommend getting ready, but you will also need masks.
Like actual physical masks.
In theory, it would work, but the acquaintance I know can make masks that will likely be of much more help there. Potentially give you some protections while on the other side.
Okay. And you can see Chevy like running through ideas in his head right now.
Evelyn will give you the information. I have more preparations to do tonight. Unless you had any other questions of me.
Anything you specifically need us to pick up while we're out and about?
Ask for myself as well, and anyone else you want to bring. But again, more resources. More convincing.
Okay.
The acquaintance I'm sending you to, his name is Annabelle. As the person you should talk to first. And then he will kind of turn back to what he's doing unless anyone else is going to talk.
I don't think Zeppo had anything else to say.
Just trying to think of stuff that might help us. I don't know. I really have no idea. I ain't never dealt with this crap, so if I'm no help, I apologize, but this ain't my forte.
I can't say I've ever been to the other side. Okay, so Evelyn, who is it we're going to meet?
Here's an address, and she'll hand you a piece of paper. The person's name is Light. Very strange name, I know.
Not the oddest I've ever come across, but definitely interesting.
If you can convince him, he will very much be able to help you in convincing Annabelle.
Okay. Anything we need to know about him before we go talk to him?
I've never really met him. I just know that he is in contact with her and works for her. But he's younger.
Okay.
And given your affiliations with Rufus, probably will help. Similar, religions? I really don't know.
Interesting. Okay.
Lock the gate behind you?
Will do.
And she will turn to help Leon. You are dismissed unless you want to push further.
Uriel's good to go.
Chevy's good.
Okay. So, you three pile into the vehicle, make your way out. I really don't know. Leave the cemetery, locking it behind you. Where would you like to go? Would you like to immediately go to the address or stop somewhere else first?
Would the address be on the way, or would his apartment be on the way to the address? Or okay.
So you guys are about here right now. Chevy's address is farther north. This address is all the way like on the other side of the city. Almost outside of it.
Even 4 lives.
Uh-huh. That's the address. So you guys actually, does Chevy look this up on his phone?
He probably would.
You would know that that is roughly the area that King had staked out on the tail end of it. Uh-huh. That's the address.
Okay.
Actually, as he had that small chunk along the water, this is on the far end of it. You would know that that is roughly the area that King had staked.
You two mind running by my apartment real quick? I gotta grab some stuff. Might help us later, then we can go talk to everyone else. I know it's a little bit out of the way, but
Sure.
So when we pull up, it's just a crappy apartment building. He runs up, comes back down like 2-3 minutes later, just with a duffel bag full of just stuff.
How much are you planning to fit in your pockets?
I mean, this, and he pulls out an actual like rifle. I'm just gonna sling across my back and hope that everything's all right with it. I just figured don't walk around with it because
Fair.
However, all this stuff I was hoping that other people would carry for me, and he just starts pulling like small containers of chemicals out. Did I say that I was a chemistry major?
I think you mentioned something along those lines the other night.
Don't know if any of this stuff will work, but I'm gonna try.
Would Uriel recognize any of the chemicals?
Give me intelligence and science.
Okay. That's a decent pool. Not my best, but decent. 3.
Maybe vaguely, but you can't place what they would do when combined.
Uriel looks very concernedly at Chevy, but you can see there's a spark of curiosity in there as well.
But you can't place what they would
He also probably has a couple water bottles in there as well. Of actual water.
Okay.
So, you get that loaded up. Just in a duffel bag in the back.
Yeah.
We follow safety regulations here for sure.
Oh yes, definitely. All PP was properly worn while getting these things together.
Sure, and then you throw them in a duffel bag. Just a duffel bag in the back. So, you get that loaded up carefully. Maybe Uriel has a niggling in the back of her head being like, oh please don't hit too many bad potholes. Sure, just in case.
Probably.
But other than that, things seem to be okay. Carefully. Do you make your way to the address now, or do you stop somewhere else as well?
Actually, as the drive was going over, Zep would say, hey, weird question, does Silver actually work on the things from the Veil, or is that just like meth?
Do you make your way to the address now, or do you stop somewhere else as well?
I'm assuming this is intelligence and occult.
You assume correctly.
Hey, look at that, I know things. Seven on a messy crit.
So, you go to start answering that potentially, but things on the mortal plane don't typically, on this physical plane don't typically work on them, and you know that. But what you're not sure about is once you get to the other side. And that little bit really irks you that you don't know it, because you have to give the perfect answer. You have to get this answer correct. But what you're not sure about is once you get to the other side. And that little bit really irks
I'm
you
not-
that you don't know it.
I'm
Give the perfect answer.
You doing okay there?
no. I know they don't hear, but I don't know about there. I haven't done that part before. Wouldn't let me just she'll let me. Can I try and re-roll?
You can subtract your 2 dice.
Will do. One in his skull. We're doing
Nope.
great tonight.
Nope. And you haven't really studied the other side of the veil. You just really haven't. You've maybe looked into undead, especially after your encounters with Leon.
Mm-hmm.
But you really haven't looked. There isn't really much to find on the other side of that, and of the Shadowlands and things like that, especially not in the Tremir's library. You just really haven't. That is really not what they are hoarding knowledge on. Yeah, there's some, and that's where you find out what you have. There isn't really much to find. But there's not a whole lot.
So much they don't know, so much they don't want to know.
That is really not what they are. And we will leave you through there for a little bit. And that's where you find out what you have. Serga, but there's not a whole lot. Is there anything that life would have done after doing the nightly reading?
Oh, he'd probably be trying to actually clean up the church a little bit more since he's a recent move-in.
Okay.
So maybe like actually taking down the signs that were there for what it was previously, cleaning up the
church.
yards.
Yeah.
Hmm?
I said so-and-so church and all of that.
Yeah, just actually going, okay, now I need to make a new sign. Like calculating the cost by Googling and then writing that down.
Yeah.
Going, okay, just general cleanup around it.
Okay. So for the physical cleanup, go ahead and give me stamina and resolve. Just to see how much you can get done. Don't worry about any blood dice stuff. We'll just do normal dice.
1.
You get distracted really easily as you start to do things. You start something and then you kind of look over like, oh, that needs to get done too. So you just bounce around like that. Get a little bit of everything done.
Maybe I plant a single seed of a sunflower.
Yeah. Who feels this deep in their soul right now? So that'll probably take you maybe a couple hours of work. And you make an okay amount of progress, but you really don't pay attention to how much you've accomplished. You just either single-minded focus or bounce around. And so that is your evening for a little bit. So you're staying at the church. Chevy, Zep,
Yep.
and Uriel. No other pit stops?
Totally.
Okay.
Uriel might. Would they? Yes. They're still pretty upset about that. And with their compulsion in mind, Uriel will ask to stop at a gas station or a 24-hour Walmart, just something real quick, and run in and get like a small pad of paper and a pen.
Easy. Easy enough. You come out with a paper pad and a pen. And a pencil. Because what if? So you continue on your way there. And then you start to get into King's area. And you can't help but kind of look towards the burned out building that was his haven, that was the bookstore. It's no longer on fire, obviously, but it is clearly now a burned out husk. You start to get into King's area, and you can't help but kind of look towards the burned out.
That's a pity. I really liked King.
Was his haven, that was the bookstore.
I like Mike more, but King was alright.
No longer on fire,
Mike was cool.
but it is clearly
I didn't get to interact with them too much, but what little I did.
Yeah, they're peculiar, even for Nos.
Maybe that's why I
They
like them.
Yeah, they liked who they liked and didn't who they didn't. So
Zap. Would you have like the map app up to get to this area?
Yes.
Okay. And it's probably propped up on your dashboard. It's giving you 2 routes right now. One, you can continue through to King's area and taking back roads and all of that. It takes a little bit longer, but there's also a reroute that actually takes you into what used to be Valentina's area. You can also detour a little bit farther if you wanted to check things out there. Completely up to you as you were in the driver's seat.
We're out to Valentina's.
Wait, what?
Kind of want to see what's going on there too.
No, bad idea.
Chevy unzips the bag just a little bit.
Well, you turn rather sharply at this last minute decision and start making your way where you know you will be passing in front of the casino, or at least in visual range of it, which still hasn't opened, which is shocking and definitely impacting the area and the city as a whole at this point. It employed a lot of people.
As we get within eyesight of it, Uriel is going to just full on panic, unbuckle themselves, and slide down to the floor of the car and just crowd themselves up against the seat, trying very hard not to be seen.
I don't think their eyesight's that good, do you?
It's, old, very powerful, very angry. No.
Very powerful, very angry, but probably not fast enough to dodge a bullet. Probably can't stop her before she gets here, but at least I'm gonna try if we need to.
You know about her?
Y'all told me about her.
Oh, that's right.
Chevy and Zap, please give me wits and awareness or intelligence and investigation. But I think wits is better for both of you.
It's the same for me. But I got 1.
That's gonna burn willpower.
Okay. Or intelligence and investigation.
2.
That's fine. Zep, as you are driving, you notice, kind of coming out of one of the alleyways is a scraggly looking dog. And it stops like mid-step as you drive past, and then it kind of like hunches back into the shadows and just watches you. Do you stop or do you continue?
Continue, but keep an eye on the dog.
Okay. Do you have animal ken?
1. That an animal can.
You can give me wits or intelligence and animal ken. Do you have animal, Ken?
Do it again.
Don't really recall a dog looking like that. Intelligence and animal, Ken? Not like any of the dogs that people would normally keep as pets. But by the time you look back, it's already gone. Whether it slunk back into the alley or not, you don't know.
It's a weird looking dog.
Not like any of the dogs that people would normally keep as pets.
There's a lot of those.
Maybe mange or something? I don't know.
Whether it slunk back into the alley or not, you don't know.
Yeah,
Looked
maybe.
a little on the feral side of things.
Probably hasn't had a human owner for never.
We'll check it out later, maybe. In the meantime, let's get where we got to get.
You guys don't notice anything else, really. The streets are pretty barren here. Doesn't seem like people are willing to go outside right now. There's really not even any crime, which is weird. Just a lack of people outside. The streets are pretty barren here. Which, if you have Dotson Streetwise, you know, is kind of odd, given it's not really that particularly late or / early. You're maybe pushing into midnight, 1 o'clock.
That might pick up a speed a bit once he notices that.
Yeah, you don't even have to roll for it, but if you have Dotson Streetwise, you notice it. You go a little bit faster. And then you're leaving that area, and things slowly get back to being what you would consider normal. Yeah, you don't even have to roll for it, but if you have Dotson Streetwise, you notice it. And then you eventually arrive. And the outside is a little bit dated, dilapidated looking, but it's a church. A little overgrown, little worse for wear. But there's been a little bit of cleanup. A couple of the spots have been fully weeded. The garden looks like it's been tended to in sections.
I see what Evelyn said, as Uriel hauls themselves out of the car.
Let's just hope this church is better than the last one.
Shall we go find out?
Absolutely.
And as you step out, you hear ominous chanting. No, I'm kidding.
Oh no, they totally do.
Okay.
They also hear a saxophone and a trumpet.
Uriel hears that first. And as you step out, you hear ominous chanting.
What language is the chanting in?
I think English would be the appropriate one.
Okay. At least it's not Latin.
Give me wits and awareness, and go ahead and add 1 dice for your sound, your hearing thing.
Yes. I'm gonna burn a willpower to re-roll that.
Okay.
Because of my compulsion. Okay, that's a little bit better. 5 on a crit.
Okay. Are there any words, Life, that would specifically stand out to her? Them, sorry.
It's barely English at times. There is something like Ronnie or like what was the name again? Rouge. Sometimes Rouge shows up that you can hear, and then also somebody is so off key that you're like, why? Have they ever sung?
Yeah, it's a little jarring to you.
Uriel kind of
Especially with that high
flinches.
crack.
Yeah. Uriel kind of flinches as they get closer to the door and actually will pull out the earbuds and pop them in.
Yeah, it's a little jarring to you. Especially with that high So, crack. Seeing Uriel do this, what would you two like to do?
Chevy was
Do
just
we hear
walking
the
up the
painting as well?
As you get right up to the door, you can kind of hear it. You mostly hear the music, but there's a undercurrent of some voice in a weird sing-songy tone. As you get right up to the
Yeah.
door, you can
So when they get up the door and hears that,
you mostly hear the music, but there's a
whack
undercurrent
as hard as he can on the door.
Life, you hear an echoing thunk, thunk, thunk.
I look around because I'm probably still outside trying to fix something. Just going like, huh? And I walk to the front and just say, hello. How's it going?
I'm not asking questions. I don't care. Are you Life?
Yes.
All right. We were supposed to come here, talk to you, try to get you to help us out. Leon sent us, if that's any, like, if you know who that is, or Evelyn. That was her name, right?
Yeah, that's her name.
The names would be familiar enough to you. You may not have met them personally, especially Leon, but the names are familiar.
Well, let's go inside. And Life just opens the door because it wasn't locked.
Familiar enough.
And the band has stopped playing and are just looking at the door like, who knocks here?
Familiar.
And he just takes a pew and tries to put, like, goes, here you go.
Uriel will
Is that-
pull one earbud out as they walk in the door and notice that the band has stopped.
It is 4 people?
It is 5 people, 1 trumpet, 1 saxophone, and 3 singers.
And they're just holding their instruments or just standing there awkwardly and just kind of giving Life a look like, what's this? 4 people?
Hey, you guys are good to go for the night.
You sure?
I'll page you if I need you.
Okay. We're gonna go get something to eat.
Swell.
And
Be careful.
One by one, they leave. You sure? Okay.
You're not what I expected.
Go get something to eat.
What do you mean?
I expected you to be creepy.
And one by one, they leave.
Not everyone is weird. Like, I'm weird, but I'm not creepy weird. He is also going to sense the beast at this point, just to just to see if they are vampires.
Give me 1 second to remember what that rule is. So, resolve animalism.
Isn't it just free if they're not trying to hide themselves?
There's a competing role.
Yeah, there is competing roles. A win allows the user to sense the level of hostility in the target and determine whether they harbor a supernatural beast. I will just allow you to have one roll. Or, I mean, you can roll for every single one of them if you'd like, or you can choose to use it as a general one. But then the rest of you, give me composure and subterfuge.
I will roll just one time.
Okay. And there's no rouse check or anything. I will just allow you to have one roll. Or, I mean, you can roll
Two.
for every single one of them if you
I also got 2.
choose to use it as a general
One.
But then the rest. So active
Active
wins
kindred.
it. So you sense the beast in all 3 of them.
I take out my pager and type V. And then I just keep it out at this point, like putting it on my shirt pocket, just like, obviously a little bit more like, oh, I should have checked outside.
They, however,
Who still
don't
has-
seem hostile.
Who still has a pager?
I haven't seen one of those since, what, the 80s?
I ain't
They're
seen one
useful.
since I was a kid, so
They can be.
Less track than your phone.
They, however, don't seem hostile.
Fair point.
or you can just be good and disable that.
I'm not tech literate, so I kind of just keep a pager because it's simple.
There's something to be said for overlooked technology.
Yeah,
Anyway,
cup in a string.
Circling back, Leon sent us by way of Evelyn or the other. I don't care. And we're supposed to go talk to this other person, and we're supposed to go into the Shadowlands or some crap like that. I don't know.
We need your help convincing a friend of yours, a boss, something like that, to help us.
Melina? Is that who you're referring to? I did say the name right?
Mina.
Mina. There we go.
Yes, that was the name.
That was not the name you guys were given.
It was Annabelle.
Annabelle.
I was close.
Mina.
Huh.
That was not the name you guys were given.
Well, what do you guys need me to do?
I assume you're the persuasive type.
I kind of am.
Neon said that she's kind of usually doesn't help others.
And it was kind of implied that since you know her, that she might be willing to help us if you help us.
So you're looking for Annabelle? Is that who I'm supposed to be?
Yes.
I got bad news for you guys.
What?
You're looking for a dead person.
Oh, great.
Like dead, not dead us.
Okay.
Uriel pulls their phone out and texts Evelyn. Are you expecting us to be talking with a ghost?
After almost a minute, you receive a text back with a no.
Apparently Annabelle's dead?
What? We haven't heard about that. After almost a minute, you receive a text back with a no.
Uriel looks up from their phone. How long ago did this happen?
Few years?
What? We haven't heard about that.
I
We
don't.
really need to start talking to each other.
We're talking to life now. It happened a few years ago.
It is silent for a minute or two. Leanne thinks she had a protege. Maybe.
Was someone learning from Annabelle?
Yes, Mina.
So we should talk to Mina now.
Yeah, they're like a hop and a skip over that way. And he points away from the church and away from the river.
Would you terribly mind making introductions?
Sure.
Thank you.
Happy to help. And then Life is just going to be like, well, I do have to do one thing real quick. And he goes down into, goes down a floor.
Okay. So, as life leaves, do the three of you do
You're
Yeah.
muted.
Just,
As life leaves, do the three of you do anything? We'll get to what life is doing in a minute.
Uriel will stand there bewilderedly.
So probably
Well, they're
helping his
doing-
compass right now.
Yeah, well, they're doing that. I'm gonna go get my bag.
Okay.
Bringing it into this church.
Yes.
So you step outside. Give me what's in awareness.
Not as bad as you think. Still not good.
I don't want it to be bad.
I got 4, but the problem is I have 3 dice and I roll 2 hunger dice. So
Sounds like a problem.
potentially,
So as you go out, you make a beeline for the car, I assume.
yes.
And out of the corner of your eye, you see those same people sitting across the street. Bringing it into this church. Cigarette smoke goes up. One of them seems to be smoking, but they're just like sitting on the curb. So you step outside, watching.
He'll just like I am down the entire time.
Sitting across the street. One of them kind of gives you a little wave, but the rest of them just watch you. Cigarette smoke goes up. One of them seems to be smoking, but they're just like sitting on the curb.
If they continue watching me as he gets to the car, is it? Y'all got a problem?
Just
I
making
thought
sure.
you were leaving.
Just making sure you don't try anything.
Nah, if I wanted to try something, I would have already done it.
Are just concerned for our friend. 3 weird people show up in the middle of the night. Just making sure.
Right, and one of y'all can't sing, so you know.
Making sure you don't try anything. Hey, another one farther down. The one who was smoking. We're just concerned for our friend.
And that's probably why you can't sing. She said you want to smoke. It's bad for your health. It'll kill you one day.
Yeah.
And he'll reach in, grab his bag, and sling it over his shoulder.
Another one farther down.
No. y'all get to getting. It'll be fine.
Nah, don't think you're gonna tell us what to do. This ain't your place.
Right. And he'll actually like unzip the bag and be like, it's not my place, but see if you guys got some sense. And I'll actually pull that out and like, if we have a problem, you better start running.
This ain't your place. Question for you, Surga. Do any of them have weapons?
One of them has a handgun that they just like flash as well. And the other four are all of them are thin bloods, by the way.
I was
So
hiding
they're just
that
looking
fact
at
from
you.
them. That's fine.
But like all of them just bare their fangs at you at that point. Like they're obviously not just mortal.
Oh.
I was hiding that fact from them.
You know what a Banu Hakim is?
That's fine. Don't really care.
We're famous for eating people, and it's actually not my fault. I don't want to.
Then maybe don't show it off like that.
Like, y'all get to getting, we'll get him back.
Definitely not if you just told me that. Don't really care.
Oh no, only if I have a problem with people, and right now I'm kind of having a problem with you, so just stay over there. I'm gonna go back inside.
Did we even stand up? You're the one shouting this across the street.
You're eyeballing me. I don't like people eyeballing me.
We don't like people randomly coming up to our friend.
To be fair, I came up to the door and knocked. I was trying to be nice.
Mm-hmm. And now you ain't. Now you ain't. Did we even stand up? You're the one shouting this across the street.
Because you're eyeballing me.
Can Uriel hear all this?
How close to the door are you?
You probably walk like halfway back.
They'd probably be waiting by the door for life to come up from whatever it is they're doing.
You can probably hear that there is a conversation, but not what it is. How close to the door are you? And we will leave this argument here for a moment. Life. As you make your way down, your pager goes off and just you good?
Sends back. Yeah, just closing up for the night.
Okay. We'll wait. And we will leave this argument here for a moment.
Life is just locking up restricted sections in the church for occult books, leaving most of the library open as usual, and then his quarters of the library where he actually sleeps, he locks and then just locks like 3 different locks. And he comes back up like, yep, I'm ready to go.
And Uriel, as he's walking up is when you start actually hearing that.
All right, everything good?
Yeah, everything's locked up. I should remember to make another set of keys for my friends. I keep forgetting to do that. It'll be fine. And life just opens the door.
And you see Chevy standing about halfway between the car and the door, shouting at the group of people across the street who are sitting down.
Why are you shouting at my friends?
They were eyeballing me.
Chevy standing about halfway between the car and the door.
Haven Rights? What is it? God, I've never been good at those Camarilla terms.
Yeah, we don't play those.
You don't. Fair enough. Just don't mess with them. This is as much my haven as it's theirs.
Yeah, the only reason why I ain't messed with them yet is because they're your friends and I don't fight friends, even if they're not mine.
Fair enough.
But tell them to keep their eyes in their own head next time. Don't stare down people, because certain people don't like that.
They have powers. I'm not worried about them. They're thin bloods, if you didn't know already.
Uriel's gonna lean over to Life. Chevy has odd tastes. I wouldn't push it.
I don't have odd taste. I'm just Banu Hakim.
I was trying to be polite without, breaking this delicate little dance we call the masquerade like everyone else seems to be doing. Let's just get in the car, please.
And from
I don't
across
see any
the street,
cameras,
you
it's
hear, "We're way past that, sweetie."
Did you really just call me sweetie?
They're
That's your fault.
One of them's a little old-fashioned. Don't worry about it. I ignore him a lot of the time.
And from across the street, you hear, "We're way past that."
The gender dysphoria is so real right now. Let's just get in the car.
Yep. And Life Dodge is getting into your guys' car as well.
Do you get the front or the back?
He is going for the back.
Okay. Who's sitting where?
Uriel will slide in the back as well.
Chevy has his bag on his lap.
In the front?
Yes.
Do you get the front or the back? Alright, so Life, you give Zup the address for the store.
Here's the address. Be careful when you're in there. Skeletons are a lot more fragile than you would think.
Alright, so Life, you give
Skeletons, wait, what kind of shop is this?
address for the...
It's an occult store.
Uriel's
Don't worry
eyes
too much.
light up.
I don't remember if they had the book I've been wanting, but hopefully they found it.
What book have you been wanting?
It's a ancient ritual book on blood sorcery. It might not actually have anything. You know how it is with occult books. They're rough.
Do you have a name or an author?
This one, the author was scrubbed from the book itself, and the last time I saw a book like this, it didn't have anything in it. But who knows? It also, this one was a journal, so
A journal.
Mm-hmm.
Does that spark anything with Uriel after going through so much of King's crap for the past week or two?
Go ahead and give me intelligence and occult, or academics, whichever is higher for you.
Occult is actually going to be higher.
No surprise there.
Because, of course. 1, 2, 3, and 4.
No surprise there.
6 with a skull.
You've gone through a few of the journals, but none of them fit this exact description. There are journals that are similar, but they don't deal with blood magic. King didn't really have too many of those books. There are journals that are similar, but they don't deal with blood magic. King didn't really have. You didn't fail necessarily,
Mm-hmm.
but you haven't come across any of those yet, given everything you've already been through. But you haven't come
I don't-
across any of those yet, given everything you've already been through.
I don't recognize... What's your interest in blood magic?
just something that I dabble in.
Something that you dabble in.
It's an important part of being a kindred, knowing magic, right?
How old are you? Kindred
Not
wise.
that old. Young.
How young?
2-3 years at this point.
Okay. So that explains a little bit. Since you've helped us, I'm going to help you and give you a friendly warning.
Mm-hmm.
I would not go splashing about that you have an interest in blood magic. The Tremere keep their secrets very close and are very suspicious of anyone outside their clan that knows such things. I haven't seen you around there, so I'm assuming you are either not Tremere or are newly made and have not been brought into the society. Of course, you can correct me if I'm wrong.
Ed, I don't exactly have a clan. If you catch that drift. I've kind of avoided it.
Would Uriel catch that drift?
You can give me intelligence and etiquette. Or
Okay, that's no. Intelligence and occult is going to be very much better. I only have 1 in etiquette as opposed to 4 occult.
I figured. You can all roll.
5.
I figured.
1.
You can all roll.
What as well?
So the rest of you don't really get the hint. But Uriel, you do know there's a couple different things that it could be. Could be a Thin Blood himself. He could be Caitiff. He could be one of the ones who just don't claim their clan. Sometimes they're referred to as Caitiff. They're either way, it kind of boils down to he's probably either a Thin Blood or a Caitiff, but whether he's actually a real clanless or just eschews his clan, that is the question.
So Uriel kind of cocks their head and regards life pretty openly with a curious expression.
Smiles back.
You're very brave not to claim a clan, whether you have that choice or not.
Most clans are very, from my experience, the Kata are pretty nice, though.
Most people are kind of I've found. Most kindred don't have the best base to work from.
But I'm a peach.
Sure are, hotshot.
I prefer onions. They are layered.
Yes?
All right, Shrek. All right.
Zep, at that time,
I'm
you
more-
actually pull up to the store. And it's a standalone store that's not connected to anything. And the sign on it has a cocked skull. And in what looks to be bones just spells out museum. And in what looks to be bones just spells out museum. Not real bones, but like the sign is stylized to look like bone lettering. Not real bones, but like the sign is
Already, we
Here.
really need to
bone lettering.
have this conversation a bit longer.
Oh no, this Leon's predicament probably takes precedence over my curiosity.
Well, let's go in, shall we?
Yeah.
And the light is on. There are black curtains blocking most of the windows, but the light is on. There are black curtains blocking most of the windows, but the light is on. Do you guys park? There's one or two other cars in the parking lot right now. It's not very large. I mean, the storefront is a decent size, but the parking area is not too large. I mean, the storefront is a decent size, but the parking area is not.
I can't believe I've never been here. Or at least I don't remember. That's concerning.
I think it's fairly new.
Am I the
Sorry.
only one that didn't have this phase growing up?
Oh no, I never grew out of my phase.
I didn't have an interest as a kid, if that's what you mean. Only as like a edgy 17-year-old.
So good.
Yeah. And Chevy will just walk inside.
So as you walk in, and the rest of you follow, I assume?
Oh yes.
Oh yeah.
So you see, this is a very strange store. There is one of the first things you notice inside is like what looks to be an actual very old wooden coffin, and it's propped up, and there is actually a skeleton inside, and it's leaned up against the wall, held in place, but leaned up against the wall, and the lid is off to the side of it. And as you look around, there is more and more paraphernalia that is in relation to death. There is old medical equipment. There is old, like death certificates and things like that. It is quite literally a museum of death. It is quite literally a museum of death.
Life Dodge is just going straight to the office.
And the door is cracked open, and as you guys enter, there is a bell that dings. And from the office, as you're making your way there, a younger woman peeks her head out. Like scruffy, kind of stylized hair, and she's got piercings all over, tattoos. Oh, hey, I wasn't expecting anyone else.
Hi, did you get my book?
Not yet. Still working on that one. Things are a little weird right now with getting stuff. Some avenues have recently closed up. Things are a little weird right now with getting stuff. Some avenues have recently closed
Weird.
up. I mean, the burned out bookstore down the street was one of those avenues.
Yeah, we're working on that.
I mean, the burned out bookstore down the street was one of those avenues. And she'll actually
Hi.
lean out and start to step out now to see the rest of you.
Life
Hi.
Dodge also looks like, wait, what? Gives that kind of a face at that answer.
Hi, what do you mean you're working on that?
Hi, Dr. Uriel Kotzer. I'm part of Rufus's group.
I don't know who that is.
He moved into the big school, and he's been
I don't
doing a
know
lot
what
of
you're
work
talking
around
about.
the area. Were there-
That's not Mina, by the way, right?
It is. It is Mina.
Oh,
We were there when King died. We're working on getting things back in order.
Yeah, I kind of figured that he was gone, but don't really know anything else other than that.
Did you hear about the big Sabat raid recently?
Kind of hard not to, and also, lucky no one else is in here.
You were talking about it
Yeah.
first. Anyway,
I was just talking about King and getting books.
yes.
Maybe we should close the shop for
Yeah,
this conversation.
apparently. And she'll step out. And she's like rail thin. Very. She appears tall just because of how skinny she is, but she's not actually that tall when she actually steps out and everything like that. And very, like, goth looking clothing and everything like that. And she'll go and lock the door. And she's like rail thin. Close the blinds on the door and everything like that. Okay, so now that I had to close my shop, glad I don't have any other stuff going on tonight. Why are you here? You didn't have any
Leon,
appointments with me?
No, Leon asked us to find life to ask Annabelle to help us, but Annabelle's gone, apparently.
As soon as you say Leon, her face just kind of like closes down, like, oh, what does he want now?
Bad things are happening, big bad things where we need masks.
Yeah, I've noticed shit's going on. You say Leon, her face is kind of like closes down, like, oh, what does he want now? The couple of friends I had are now gone, so I assume you guys are part of the nightlife.
Yes.
They are.
I figured. I've noticed shit's going on.
He asked us to try and help and fix things. So we're here, but he said we need things to be able to go in and fix things.
That's his plan?
That's what he told us. I'm sure he has more.
Do you have a better one?
No, but I don't know why that's his plan. Like, that's pretty dangerous. That's his plan?
He
Or
might.
might
Well-
send you to him. Gestures to life.
A couple hours ago?
I said, why?
Probably my sparkling attitude, right?
So are you vouching for them? Do you know anything about what their plan is? Did they say anything? Like, what's going on?
They didn't really say anything, but they just give me a trustworthy vibe besides the Banu right there. And he just looks at Chevy. I don't know why, but he has a wrong kind of vibe.
What's going on?
I told you they were eyeing me. It's not my fault.
Yeah, but that's also their home. It's a little rude to intrude on someone's home, interrupt their practice. You know, just common courtesy.
I did knock, though.
Fair point. But yeah, I'll vouch for them for now.
That's gonna take some work to make what I think he's wanting me to make. Annabelle didn't really leave me with a lot of stuff when she left. Not for that. But why am I
What
gonna put
kind
the
of stuff
effort
do you
in
need?
here?
Anything we can do to help? Do you want to come with us?
Answering why I'm putting in the effort here.
Because I guess he needs our help fixing things. I don't know what else to tell you. We're gonna try and get your friends back.
Did he really send you to life just to try to persuade me? And you didn't even tell him enough to persuade me?
It all moved kind of quickly.
He lives like right around the corner, so
We
Right.
walked in and said, "Hi, we were sent to talk to you about talking to this other person." "Oh yeah, they're gone, but their protege lives just up the road. Let's go talk to them." "Okay."
I
That was
think this
literally how
covers.
it went.
I think this is my fault for rushing everyone. Because I just was like, "Hey, you'll help, right? If there is an actual problem." What is the actual problem, though?
I thought you'd have noticed. All the ghosts are gone.
Weird.
Mm-hmm.
and I would assume that those are your friends that you were just talking about.
Yeah.
So if you want them
Yeah,
to
some
come
of these
back,
things had collected some of them.
yeah, I mean, then I get that. That's obviously your thing. So like, if you want them back, then we got to go do the thing, and I don't know why it's us, but I mean,
Yeah, some of these things had collected some of them.
why not us at this point? So like, if you want your friends to come back, or at least have a chance
My
of that,
issue
happening, like, we
isn't-
got to go do that.
My issue isn't trying to fix this. It's that I don't want to work with Leon.
Okay, then you're working with him, and we're working with Leon.
Right.
I know it's semantics at that point, but like, that's how I justified 98% of stuff that I did when I want to do it. So
Mm-hmm.
Well, if the ghosts are gone, that means the veil is thickened.
There's a problem
is-
there. Don't really know what's going on.
Would you like to come with us and find out?
No, not at all.
Okay.
I would.
Okay.
It sounds interesting.
It does, doesn't it?
Did you guys get told anything about that?
Nope.
Things have been
Something.
spreading since a while back.
since
Apparently, had something to do with Rufus crashing his van into another Hakata. Well, a truck into a Hakata.
What?
There was an issue at one of the cemeteries we had to take care of.
That zombie movie thing that I heard about?
Yes. Long story short, there was a summoning that was trying to like take down the veil. It brought some real nasty things in. Quinn sealed it up, but now Quinn is gone because of the whole thing that happened with the Sabbat. And so now we're helping Leon because I think he thinks Rufus had something to do with it, but Rufus is out of town. And since I'm part of Rufus's coterie, he's expecting us to help fix it.
That
No, I'm
leaves
just
two
here
people
helping
who
them.
don't.
I was trying to help a whole cult thing, and I got looped into
Whole
this.
thing.
Yeah, somebody's trying to come in and like kill us, basically. That if we don't,
Oh, I mean, that kind of shit happens like monthly here.
yeah, but it's a whole like, you don't believe, so we don't like you, and like, you know,
Yeah, and it kind of got
some
personal.
Nodus bullshit there.
Probably.
maybe.
And
yeah,
then-
I don't know.
Probably. And then Zep's on Rufus's payroll, so he's kind of de facto part of it. Sort of.
Very much, yeah.
Sounds like some Nodus bullshit there.
It's a lot of favors for favors. Not entirely sure what all is going on.
So regular kindred stuff.
Yeah, I guess you could say that.
It also doesn't help that I was bored, so I might as well do something, right?
Sure. You guys, if you're crossing over, you might actually be lucky that there's nothing around. Because, like, they could physically hurt you then.
Oh, yeah, probably.
No, when you cross over, you're in their world.
Makes sense.
You might actually be lucky that there's nothing around. 'Cause, like,
Well, it's always a good time to explore a different world, right?
No. No, that's not a place that I really think you should be setting foot in.
I don't know if we have any other options at this point.
I would like a pooled persuasion check from everyone but Life right now. Charisma and persuasion.
2.
1.
I rolled my 1 die and got 0.
So
I
3.
can burn a willpower.
No, you
I
can't.
can't
You
burn 'em.
froze. Hope you're back now.
He's back.
If
I'll go ahead and
Life.
burn the willpower.
Oh, go ahead.
2.
So you had 2 already? Or no,
I
you
had
had
1.
1. Okay. If Life is legitimately going to plead a case here and very much wants to help them and go ahead and roll Charisma and Persuasion and add 4 dice.
Ooh, that's fun.
Yep.
6, 7, 8, and it was 4 dice?
Yep.
Okay, so
You can roll in
5.
rounds if you need to.
Oh, I was just trying to get all the dice together because it's
It's a
it
lot.
then it's 9 dice.
Yeah.
Gotta love those big rolls.
Messy crit?
Okay.
9?
I don't think you gotta worry about anything with a messy crit. So 9. Yeah. And as Life just stands there with a certain look on his face. Okay. Why? Why do you want to go? Don't worry about anything with a messy crit.
Because it'd be interesting.
Interesting. You know that if something happens to you there, you're just gonna die in a swirl of ash and blood. That's what happens to kindred who die there.
Yeah, but it'll be so interesting.
Why do you want to go? Interesting. You know that if something happens to you there, you're just gonna die in a swirl of ash and blood. That's what happens to kindred who die there. Doing this under protest. And you each have to collect stuff.
Okay, what you need?
1, we're gonna need something to tether you here. So need something that I can use as part of the mask thing to keep you kind of tethered to this world.
Is it going to be broken?
Yeah, I have to use it. It doesn't have to be anything like huge or super important to you, but just something that has a little bit of meaning.
I actually got that on me. Hold on. And I'll actually pull out his wallet and just hand over a picture.
You good if this gets destroyed? Because that's what's going to happen.
Yeah, no, I got like 10 more of those exact ones.
Okay. She'll lay it down on the desk.
I think my hat will work, and he just takes off his hat.
Again,
And
gonna
hands
be
it to her.
destroyed.
It was
Not a
a
lot of it. I just need a little bit.
Whatever. If it's destroyed, it's destroyed.
I mean, you guys
And he
can
just hands
leave
the
and go
hat.
get me shit. It doesn't have to be right now. I'm gonna have to actually take time to make this stuff. Again, gonna be destroyed.
I mean, I know I'm gonna need
prepared
to.
with masks. Not a lot of it. And as you look around, you do actually see masks, but probably not what she's referencing to. You guys can leave and go get me shit.
I know that's probably not what you mean, but you do have some very interesting masks.
Yeah. Some of the occult stuff. And as you continue to look, there's actually quite a few of them here.
Are they like death masks
Some of them.
specifically?
Like, most of them are, yes. But some of them are just gilded masks. There's a few plain ones. Different materials, metals, woods. And as you continue to look, there's actually quite a few of them here.
Is there any like French masks?
But some of them are just one or two. Gilded masks. There's a few plain ones.
Life Dodge is just gonna point. Can I have that one?
If you pay for it? That's not what this is gonna be. I have to like actually make something for you guys.
I figured you're just going to put some warding on it.
No, I'm gonna craft you something. So
Sweet.
I'm pretty sure I know what he's asking for. If you pay for it, that's not what this.
What is he asking for?
Actually, make something for you guys. Not something you need to know.
Even though we're going to be using it?
Not something you need to know until I figure out what I can do to each of these. I will tell you the results once I make them.
Okay.
Not something you need to know. The intent will be to keep you a little bit safe. Not sure how effective it's all going to be.
We needed 1, 2 as well, correct?
I will tell you the results once I make them.
I don't think Zep would have Evelyn's number.
The intent will be to keep you a little bit safe.
Uriel would.
You mind texting Evelyn, see what Leon wants to give up?
Uriel will do so.
And Zep's gonna place one of his gloves under the table.
Okay. What's it made out of, by the way?
Faux leather.
Okay. And it takes a minute for Evelyn to get back to you. Oh, I've got some, something here. It's part of something he used to wear.
Okay.
Didn't think you could convince her that quickly. Evelyn, get back to you.
You're the person you directed us to was very helpful. I like him.
Good. That was the hope. Are you guys coming to get this, or what? Didn't think you could convince her that quickly.
Yes.
Let me know when you're here.
Okay. I know Uriel will look up there from their phone, so I know I need to go and grab something.
Are you guys coming to get this? No, you're the only one then. Then, Leon. Or whoever else you got coming with you. I don't even know how many I'm making.
4 of us and Leon, I guess.
I could convince one of my friends to come with us.
Well, you're the only one then.
Up to you. I don't know if you want to risk him.
Or whoever else you got coming with you.
One of them is one of them's a little bit interested in the occult, so they might enjoy this.
Yeah, this whole thing isn't a leisure trip. You're going to be in a lot of danger when you're there.
Oh, I know.
Right, well, I need to know how many I'm going to be making. Yeah, this whole thing isn't a
Just for ease, let's say 5.
You're going to be in a lot of danger when you're there.
While we're out, is there anything else that you need that we might be able to pick up?
Right. Well, I need to know how many I'm going to be making.
Yeah, don't suppose you can get some bagged blood.
Looks at everyone else.
Nope. Must be want to procure it the hard way.
Would T have any? Or have access to some?
I'm a Dexter. Hey, do you have any bagged blood?
Why are you asking? You don't drink it.
We need it for a ritual that's going on. Apparently ghosts are disappearing.
Don't really... Why is that my problem? Anyway, I can wrangle some, but gonna cost.
Yeah, I'm good for it.
Okay. How many you need?
Just 5, right?
Mm-hmm.
Just 5.
Anyway,
That's...
I can wrangle
Text back.
some,
That's
but
quite a
it's
few.
gonna cost.
Just let me know what I owe you.
Probably quite a bit.
Mm-hmm.
I'll let you know.
That's... Text back. That's quite a few.
And then she does not message back.
So T should be able to bring up 5 for us.
Probably quite a bit.
That's a little surprising. It's getting a little hard to come by right now.
Oh?
And then she does not message.
Yeah, I don't know why.
Ugh, that's awkward.
Yeah, I just go through a supplier, so I don't really, talk to the people who are in charge of it.
I should get back into that.
If you do, let me know.
Yeah, I just go through a supplier, so I don't really
I got a lot of other things going on right now, but yeah, maybe.
who are in charge of it.
Rufus will definitely want to know about it. He likes to know things that are going on. But that's a
Well-
later problem.
You guys should probably get on if you're trying to have me get these ready by tonight or tomorrow.
Yeah.
Let's go into the car.
Door will be unlocked when you get through. It'll just be closed.
You guys should probably
Okay.
get on if you're
Hey, Life, do you want to come with us or do you want to stay here and hang out with your
have me get these ready by
friend, acquaintance, person?
Boss works as well. I'll hang out with you guys for a little bit longer.
when you get through, it'll
Cool.
be closed.
So y'all pile back into the car. And
Life Dodge. Oh, sorry.
nope, go ahead.
Life Dodge is sending a message to his Thin Bloods via, I assume, his phone, because I don't think pagers have unlimited range. So he's just going to be like, "Hey, how's it going? Got bags?"
Got bags for us.
Got bags for us.
Hmm. Any not messed with?
LOL.
LOL.
Life Dodge also just sends back laughing emoji. And then he just puts his phone back in his pocket.
They pile into the car. Where does Uriel direct everyone?
Where does your
To the school or to the the old haven?
Uriel will direct people to their old haven. Will direct the car to their old haven, actually.
Okay. So it will take a little bit to reach there because you are going through the city. Is Zep driving through Valentina's area again?
He's going to avoid it this time.
Okay.
For which Uriel is visibly grateful.
So you make your way there. Is there any conversations you would like to have?
Yes. Uriel is actually very curious about life. Sorry.
Best choice in name.
So, if you don't mind my asking, why the church as a choice of haven?
Well, the area has recently been deoccupied, and churches are very useful. There's lots of space. If they have an under area, a lot more. 3 floors is pretty good on a building like this, so.
It is. So do you do the church thing? Are you gonna like fix it up and...
Oh yeah. The plan is to fix it up, have my, well, not my followers, but really the followers of Nyan Rouge come and hang out with me.
Name.
And work.
It's Name
Name.
Rouge.
Nain Rouge. And mess with the governmental body a little bit. You know. Not much mayhem, but a little bit of mayhem is good.
What the? You telling me that little shit's got a following?
Why are you making fun of him? He's awesome.
He's a teenager.
He's very interesting.
What? Teenager? Are we talking about different people?
No, the little
Nain-
Nosferatu dude with the squirrel things, I think.
Nain, right? Oh, you're new. You haven't... You...
I'm talking about a puckwudgie.
No! Wait. You know what a puckwudgie is? Oh my gosh, you're so cool.
Is this something I should be concerned about?
No, I'm just nerding out. I'm sorry. I got my doctorate in cultural anthropology, and my doctoral thesis was on mythos and folklore and how they interact with societal development. So I'm like really excited right now.
Okay, I was gonna get one and not that, but then I got fired.
I'm not the best in school, but occult stuff, yeah.
Stuff is so neat.
I was planning to teach it how to make stews and soups for me.
Stews and soups. Are you one of those that can actually eat food?
No. It was before I became like I am.
Interesting.
I'm not even gonna ask questions at this point. And you can see him like start unpacking stuff and make sure it's like still together.
So anyway, going back to the church thing, so you've got like a niche group. You don't follow like an established religion.
That's a good way of putting it. Yeah.
Interesting. Was this something you did before you became like this, or is this something you picked up to just kind of fill your afterlife?
Well, I was already looking into summoning demons and stuff, but you know, I ended up just having a bad day and just ended up making a bad deal in the worst time. So this is where I am now.
You summoned a demon?
Well, kinda. It didn't go quite right.
Oh, you gotta tell me everything.
Accidental embrace is how the story ends, if that makes sense to you.
Yes and no. I don't think I've ever done a kindred level demon summoning.
I've done it once.
I've seen some mortals do it back before I was embraced, but no one's been foolish or brave enough to try since. And I'm not stupid enough to do it by myself, despite any evidence to the contrary.
Oh, I was doing it by myself. That's probably why it went wrong.
Among other things. Did you follow Solomonic technique? Were you just kind of winging it?
He was I don't actually know. I haven't decided. Ooh, no. Yeah, I winged it, is what Life Dodge will say.
Well, that's probably why it didn't work. Winging it usually either goes really well or really badly.
In my experience, yeah.
I think I better cut Uriel off there or they'll just keep going all night.
I mean, you can go as long as you want. That roll dexterity and drive for me real fast.
5 on a messy.
Okay. You managed to swerve and avoid the pothole as your attention is completely drawn to the back conversation. You almost hit a car. And Chevy, as you're rifling around in your chemicals there, roll me a dexterity and I don't know, athletics.
I got 2.
You don't break open any containers, but they do clink together as you hit the hard swerve.
Ooh, what are those?
Something that should be in a bag right now.
Stuff to make smoke bombs and flash grenades. It's fine.
Ooh, can I look?
I mean, kinda. And it'll just like start holding stuff up. And blade this paired with this makes this.
Ooh, yeah. I've seen that before. As Life Dodge is just like, yeah, that makes sense.
And he's
You
going,
can give me
like,
intelligence and science if you'd like.
Okay.
because
That
Chevy
would
is
be-
absolutely going way too far into like the chemical reactions that make this happen.
that would be 4 successes.
You can roughly follow what he's talking about. Very roughly.
Oh, yay.
And so this continues on for a little bit. Everyone, or at least maybe Zep, a little bit ill at ease with the conversation that just took place. Maybe Chevy too, not quite sure there.
With the whole, like, demon thing? Yeah, a little bit.
So, a little bit warier than you started. You, eventually pull up to Uriel's Haven. And you're not exceedingly far away from the DIA.
Yeah, hang out here for just a sec. I'll be right back. And Uriel will pop into their old haven and...
Now, remind me, how many days has it been since they have been to their haven?
I want to say maybe about 3 or 4.
Give me a wits and investigation or awareness.
Wits and awareness it is. Uh, 5.
You notice some scratch marks around the keyhole.
Uriel will pop back to the van real quick. I kind of expected this. Someone has either tried to get into my place or someone has succeeded at getting into my place, so sit tight. I'll yell if I need you.
Do you need backup?
Yeah,
Like I
you
said,
have a Zep and a me, so like it probably wouldn't hurt to just. And I don't know what you can do. I'm sorry, but
I mean,
I'll
if you-
just sit.
I mean, if y'all want to come, you can. I don't really care.
So we'll go with.
Chevy will stay with the car.
Okay. So Uriel, with Zep following, you go back up to your door. Do you just unlock it, or do you do anything else?
Uriel will take a moment to listen and will activate heightened senses while doing so to they're doubtful that anyone's there, but just in case someone like left something or if
You
something's
don't
out
need
of
to
place.
Roll. There is no one that you can hear from the inside. From standing outside at the door, there is no one you can hear.
Okay. I don't hear anyone in there.
Doesn't mean they left something behind, though.
Hmm.
Want me to go first?
Sure. Uriel will hand them the key.
Open the door.
And the door opens with a slight creak. Uriel, it's a familiar one to you. It's not new. And on the inside, I assume Uriel kept the place fairly neat. Or very neat. Everything had a place. Nothing was left out or anything like that, correct?
Yeah.
Some of your bookshelves, the books aren't quite how you put them in. And you recognize that. Some papers seem to be shuffled around. There's nothing fully that sets it off that something has been taken. But you notice little things have been moved.
Can't say I'm surprised. Things have definitely been moved around a little. At least they had the common courtesy to put it back. Anyway, wait here. And they'll move into their personal bedroom.
And just the same, some things have been rifled around and things like that. Give me another wits and awareness.
Sure.
Or actually, you can use intelligence and investigation if you want to take some time here. Or a combination.
Yeah, we'll go ahead and do intelligence and investigation, even though it's not the better pool. Uriel will want to take a little bit of time just
Okay.
to see what's going on. 4.
So you notice some of the notes that you had scribbled down. Not anything incriminating. Not anything masquerade breaking, but just some of the notes you've taken in the past couple of weeks. Especially concerning the dagger. Or just other things that you've noted down and left here are missing. Not all of them, but a few of them. And some of your notebooks, you notice like paper scraps, like they wrote things down and ripped it out.
Uriel is going to Uriel's going to do a couple things. First thing they're going to do is they're going to grab a backpack, like an old college backpack, out of their closet and throw whatever papers and notebooks are left at their desk in said bag.
Okay.
And the second thing they're going to do is they're going to move to the dresser. There's a very small, very plain jewelry box. And they're going to take out a ring.
Okay.
They're going to put it in their pocket. Give everything one last glance over, make sure they didn't miss anything super duper important, and then walk out.
Okay. So we'll leave you two there for a moment. Do Chevy or Life do anything?
Just play lookout.
So nothing really catches your attention. So if there was nothing else, we will leave you two there as the other two come out. Uriel, you leave your apartment with Zep. So nothing really catches your attention. Make your way back to the car.
So who's next? Or do you want to do Leon's first?
Uriel, you leave your apartment with Zep.
Or do we what?
Want to have the Leon's first?
Which would be closer on the way? I'm assuming T.
He would be closer right now, but she also hasn't responded yet.
So Leon's.
Sure.
Up to you. Alright, so you guys make your way up to Leon's. That is also going to be a little bit of a drive. Is there any conversations you would like to have?
So Chevy, how long have you been? How long have you known Rufus?
I saw him once. I haven't really met him though, so
Was this like at one of his sermons, or?
nah, it was just driving through. That van's kind of stands out. I think like 5-10 minutes later, some cop car come rolling through with some woman in it. I don't know. That weirded me out more than him, though. So
Seen her around a few times.
That's something I gotta worry about.
Honestly, probably.
I don't like cops.
So there-
though.
So there's a police officer causing you guys problems.
Causing us problems? Not yet. She's kind of Rufus's problem to deal with at this point, but I'm sure it will inevitably become our problem at some point, as things do. And by our, I mean me and Zep, probably. I don't... Chevy, I get the feeling you're not one to get involved in other people's affairs without good reason.
I mean, yes and no. If it bothers me, or if I'm paid, then I'll get in other people's business. But yeah, if I ain't really got a horse in the race, as I think the thing goes, it's nah. I'll let people do their own thing.
We can move on, or you guys can continue to talk. That is up to you.
So I'm talking with someone asks him something.
Chevy's good.
Okay.
Chevy just wants to grab the stuff and get back.
Okay, so you pull up to the gate. Do you text to let her know that you're there?
Uriel would have texted her after they left their haven.
I assume you gave her an ETA?
Yes.
And so she's, you can see her pulling up as you guys pull in. And she'll open the gate, let you in, and follow behind you this time as you drive. And she'll let you get in a little bit. And kind of wave you over. Say, so we have this, and she'll hand over like it's a hat. Not it's very, very old. Feels brittle in your hand almost. And it looks not too dissimilar to the one that Life handed over. A similar style, but very old. So yeah, I have this. I'm not going. I don't know if she asked for a payment or anything, so you'll have to let us know what else she needs.
Okay.
She hasn't
We were just-
specified a payment yet.
Yeah, we were
Great.
just asked to collect things.
I'm sure that won't be a problem later.
Never is.
I'm hopeful.
Who? You Life?
Yeah.
Haven't met. I'm Evelyn.
Hello, Evelyn.
So he's still making preparations. He won't be ready until tomorrow, but we can't wait too long after that.
Okay.
Should have everything by then.
Good. Like I said, let us know if you need anything else.
Will do.
You didn't have any other questions for him?
All I can think of.
So you can turn around and head back out at this point. And she'll lock it behind you again. And you make your way back to drop the things off. Was there anything that you guys would like to do?
Uriel will ask that since we don't really need to rush, is it okay if we swing by the school and so I can drop this bag off?
Okay.
Yeah, while we're there, I'll probably go ahead and drop my bag off there too and just leave it.
Okay.
So you detour and make your way over to there. And Life, you see this is a burned out. The roof has very obvious fire damage. It's been weathered. It's not in the greatest condition, but it is a very large school. And there has been a little bit of work done to it at this point. But overall, there's still a lot to go. And they pull up to it. Uriel gets out. Chevy gets out. Not sure if Zep is getting out or not.
We're in the car.
What is Life doing?
Oh, the temptation to explore. Is this your guys' haven?
It's technically Rufus's. He kind of lets us come and go a little bit.
Well, I'll just wait in the car then.
Well, Chevy and Uriel, you can run up. Is there a conversation you would like to have? If not, we'll see if Zep and Life want to have one. Now we'll move on. It's up to you.
Chevy would mention that, hey, I'll take my car this time, just in case of, like,
Okay.
when we leave there, it kind of go do what we got to do.
Okay.
So, Uriel, you're still riding with Zep and Life? Okay. So you three get into the vehicle and make your way to the museum. Are you following Chevy?
Chevy is actually going to start heading toward the museum. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Avoiding Valentina's area or not?
You're in the car, sure.
Whatever is the most direct way, Chevy will do.
You can cut through part of it. It's not close to where anything was happening or anything like that. So you won't see anything. So you make your way over, and as she stated, the door is unlocked when you go to push on it, but it looks locked up and closed at this point. And she is sitting at the desk. And you can see a bunch of crafting materials. There is some leather working tools and other miscellaneous tools that you're not 100% sure the nature of, but she is obviously using them. And there's a like a bust that she's using to sculpt some wet leather on.
Well, that's clever.
Yeah, it makes it easy. And she's molding out a nose piece.
I can help you with any wood, if that would help you.
I don't think we got time to carve a full mask out of wood. I assume you want this like tonight, tomorrow.
Yeah, Evelyn said Leon's itching to go tomorrow night, so.
Yeah, not really surprised. Don't worry about getting me the bags tonight. I have enough, but need to replenish that stock after.
Still waiting on my person to get back to me on that.
Yeah, not really surprised. Things not fast to get that. Think.
Do we owe you for the bags, Zep?
I'll handle it with tea.
You sure?
I asked for a favor, so you guys want to help me on that?
Yeah, absolutely.
I always need more blood.
Didn't think you drank bagged.
I try to avoid it, but sometimes you're just in a bad position and you need any.
You have the iron gullet merit?
Nope.
Then you actually cannot stomach it. It would come right back up.
Oh yeah. Ooh. That'll be fun to explore.
Yeah. So, she'll just gesture to the table where you see the items that you laid out, except the glove that Zep set down is now missing. And you can see thin leather scraps around where she's working. Presumably, might be being used. You can just set the stuff down there. Don't really need to know who's for who.
Okay. Uriel will pull the ring out of their pocket and set it on the table.
That's gonna look weird.
Pop the gem out if you need to.
Okay. Making sure metal isn't exactly the most easiest thing to work with making a mask.
Yeah, I didn't think it might be, but... Stone's gone through several bands. That's the more important part, so you can just pop that out. I don't care.
Okay, good to know. Anything else you need to be aware of with your stuff? Okay. You can look around if you want. I'm just going to be doing this.
Uriel will definitely take her up on that offer.
And you can look around. There's several skulls, several bones, and upon inspection, you can absolutely discern that they are real. Things you saw before. More masks. Like, you saw the masks. They seem to be kind of from all over. But there's a lot here. And you can see, like, book passages on different, like, death in various religions and things like that. Not really under glass, they're just either the full books themselves are just scattered on shelves or other things like that. There's microscopes and just things that one would use in the process of dying and death and things like that. There's actually a couple animal skeletons too. A couple pieces of taxidermy, just a lot of really weird things. Is there anything specific you want to try and look for?
occult texts, medical manuscripts, or instruction booklets on how to use some of the weird pieces of medical equipment. Just
Oh,
things
there's
like
definitely that. They're old though, and the instructions and either full journals or pieces of journals are actually behind glass. But they are there. And there's medical texts and things like that. So there's definitely pretty much everything piecemeal that you could think would be in the process. There's nothing overtly occult. You know what to look for, though. You can get like hints of it there, but nothing that's going to draw attention. It's like mundane occult.
it passes the time.
Mm-hmm. So how long do you guys want to stay here? You're pushing into early morning at this point. Not dangerously so, but...
Yeah. Chevy specifically would want to be able to make it to his friend's house with time to get gas, and then on the way back to his house, look for a bite to eat.
Okay, so you probably want to start thinking about leaving relatively soon. Just to not be pushing it.
Yeah. And he would just kind of be there just to make sure she didn't need anything else.
She's very engrossed in her work, and you can see she set the one mask down, has begun to mold the second one. And blindly reaches over to the table and just grabs something, which ends up being Leon's hat. And just sets it down as she continues to work.
Set the watcher to a mask and then meander around, waiting for anyone to tell them when they're ready to go.
And what would Life be doing?
Well, Life is probably going to just want to walk back to his haven at some point before it becomes too close to morning and he becomes a fried Life. So
you
he's
have
just gonna...
plenty of time, especially with your haven being close enough. So if you leave in half an hour or so of talking and just meandering around the place and pointing things out to Uriel especially, you'll have plenty of time.
Yeah, I'll point out like maybe the French masks, just because I think they're interesting. Maybe give some hints and stuff about what Rouge is like, and then just leave it at that.
Uriel will absolutely drink it all in. And at some point before you leave, they will make it a point to give you their contact information.
Life Dodge will also reciprocate giving back his business card. It's just his name and number. It's the most boring business card you've ever seen.
Hey, if it works, it works.
So some numbers are exchanged. And after some time, you each make your way out. Uriel, you go with Zep. Life, you walk out. Chevy, you drive yourself. So starting one by one, we'll start with Zep and Uriel. The two of you go to or I'm assuming Uriel gets dropped off at the school. What would you like to do from there?
Uriel is going to prep an email to send automatically to their contact, inquiring about possibly getting their ghoul a job that they talked about earlier.
All right. Give me, depending on how you decide to word this, persuasion or manipulation. I'm sorry. Charisma or manipulation, and persuasion or subterfuge. So what you choose to roll is entirely dependent on how it comes off. You could also roll intimidation.
No, I'm gonna go charisma and persuasion because they're gonna be genuinely upfront with, hey, I have someone, I think they'd be a good fit if you're looking for some help. I can vouch for them in this context, kind of a thing.
Okay.
5 on a crit.
Okay. Please note that down, as will I. Okay. Is that the only thing that Uriel would like to do?
They'll also drop their they'll also put away their notebooks and stuff that they brought with them in the in the kind of workspace they set up downstairs in one of the science-y rooms that they were using earlier.
Yeah, you can drag a random bookshelf from somewhere easily enough and start getting that set up nice and workable for you.
Mm.
So that would take the rest of your evening, and then you can find a space to take your day sleep at. Zep, once you drop Uriel off, what would you like to do?
Stop, kick ass, and start working his way back to the Haven.
Okay.
And prepare for his kind of day sleep.
Yeah, you do need to at least rest. It's been a long night. It's been a minute since you actually had some non-interrupted rest. So you can do that. No feeding or anything that you would like to do?
Not tonight.
Okay. So you wrap up pretty easily. Nothing's going on. T does reply to you finally saying, hey, managed to get them. Not easy, not sure what's going on, but supply is low right now.
Yeah, I've been talking to some people too. Apparently there's a problem everywhere.
Yeah, it's weird, but it also kind of started last week.
Not surprised.
Yeah.
If it try to pick them up tomorrow, or now if you need them out of your hands immediately.
No, tomorrow's fine. I got a cooler.
Thank you.
Yep. And that is where we will leave Zep. Life or Chevy, who would like to go?
I'll let Life go.
Okay. So you walk back to your haven. What would you like to do either on the way back or once you get back?
Well, once I get back, I'm probably going to start actually going through the bottom floor. Because the second floor is the library, and then the bottom floor is a bunch of different rooms.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm going to start figuring out which rooms are actually good and which rooms I need to actually I need to do this room over again because it's got mold or something wrong with it.
Go ahead and give me wits and investigation. If you can make an argument for different roles, I will absolutely.
Oh no, this is what I was expecting.
Okay.
Ew.
You do make some notes. You definitely, there's two rooms that you absolutely need attention. There is slight water damage on the walls, so you need to figure out where that is. But those are the rooms that grab your attention the most. The other ones, nothing overt enough. The water damage is definitely the biggest priority there. So that would take up the rest of your evening, and then you would make your way into your private haven area to sleep. And their thin bloods would make their way in to watch over and make sure everything's okay. So, what would Chevy like to do?
After dropping off the vehicle that is now full of gas, he will attempt to find something to grab a bite to eat with.
And remind me what he looks for again.
He is an alley cat, specifically. He specifically, super specifically, would rather go after like dealers that aren't of his friends group.
Yeah. So go ahead. Let's see. You can do a few different rolls based on how you would like to do this. Stealth, dexterity, wits, streetwise. Take your pick.
I will take stealth and dexterity because that is my highest pool out of those two.
Okay.
And I will go ahead and re-roll my failures because I got one. And now I got two.
So,
Just two.
okay. It takes you longer than you would like. You do manage to find one. Give me a wits and insight roll real fast. It takes you longer than you would like.
So wits roll. Got it. One.
You're not 100% sure if they are... They're not part of the immediate crew of your friends. But you don't know if they're affiliated.
Would streetwise specialization dealers
Yes.
help here? Okay.
You can actually just
so-
roll wits and streetwise, and then with your specialty dice.
Yeah, 3.
They have very, very loose affiliations. Like, it's someone they've used or, like, dealt through before, but it's not anything immediate, not anything important.
That would be loose enough to be like, yo, get out of here. Style. Gonna attack them, kind of beat them up a little bit. Like, you don't belong here. At some point during the entire thing, go ahead and feed off of them. Like, if I ever see you around here again, I'll make sure that I kill you next time.
Give me dexterity and brawl.
I got 0. And I
Okay.
can't even... Actually, hold on. Time out.
Good luck.
And I got 0 still.
Yeah, so you start to rough them up, and you do go in for a bite, and as you do, they like knock their head back into yours, and then whip around and shove you away from them.
Okay. We'll make a bit more of an effort this time.
Okay.
We'll actually rouse in order to do so.
Go for it. They
And
are
we'll
getting
get
ready
a little
to.
bit hungrier.
They are getting ready to reach into behind them. Not sure what they're
That's
going
fine.
to pull out.
Oh, and he knows. Does get a little bit hungrier still, so this will be fun.
Okay. Not sure what they're going to pull out.
Wow, I can only roll one. That's fun.
Well, they got 2.
Cool.
So they actually pull out their firearm.
Yeah.
We'll go to take a shot. So they actually pull out their firearm. And they
That's
shoved you
fine.
farther away again. So that was that roll. Now they're gonna shoot. But you get to go first because this is firearms and melee combat.
It's a little bit better. 3.
I'll let you have that win.
Yeah.
So they
Finally. Jeez.
they fire off the bullet and it hits where you were before you moved.
Yeah, he's kind of quick.
Mm-hmm. And they are startled by the speed and kind of fumble a little bit. And so they are going to try to move out of the way, but they are shaken. You rolled a what?
3.
Okay. I don't know why I can't roll this well on like any of my normal characters. They got a 2 with 2 dice.
Okay, so
You rolled a what? Yeah, you managed to get them on the back pedal. Roll this well on like any of my normal
Good.
characters. They got a 2 with
and he's basically just gonna let you hold the hell still. Let me do what I'm gonna do, and I'm gonna let you live and get the hell out of here. But you better run real far.
get them on the back pedal.
And yeah, he's gonna actually go in for an actual bite.
Okay. They rolled a 1 to attempt to get away.
And I rolled a 2, so
Okay. So you managed to. What are you doing? How would you like to do this?
it's kind of a trip and a bite at the same time.
Okay.
Got him face down on the ground. So
And he is struggling, but it stops after the bite happens. And he just kind of lays there a little bit out of it. How much would you like to take?
he's gonna take 2.
Okay. You can do that. The struggling fades. And as you let go, there's weak struggling, but he's clearly a little bit out of it at this point.
Yeah, and he'll close the wound and all that fun stuff.
And as you let go, there's weak struggling,
Like now,
but he's clearly a little bit out of it at this point.
it'd be smart if y'all left. If I see you around here again, something bad's gonna happen. Something real bad's gonna happen instead of getting your teeth knocked in.
Yeah, sure, whatever. And he'll stand up, like, holding his head like he's got a real bad headache, and other hand on the wall and start stumbling away from Chevy. Yeah, sure, whatever.
And Chevy will just
And he'll stand
walk
up,
away.
holding his head like he's got a real bad headache, and other hand on the wall. Back to
Head
his haven?
head back to the haven, get cleaned up. We'll go into a drawer, pull out another identical photo of the one they handed off, and then send a text message to someone.
Okay.
Specifically, it's his dad. And he's like, "You doing okay?" And that's all he's gonna say.
No response right now.
And that's the last thing he's gonna do.
And then we will fade off with each of you going into your day sleep. Or rest, in Zep's case. And that is where we will end this game. Stick around if you like spoilers. But now it's announcements. Find all of our social medias on wherever you're watching this. Our link tree will have everything, but there should be links to the more important ones pretty much wherever you're going to be watching this. Please join our Discord if you want to talk, chat, see dog pictures, see cat pictures, see whatever else art that I come up with or that Kraken comes up with or anything. All of our art's there. We would love to talk to you. We'd love to hear your questions. We'd love to have discussions with you. So go ahead, please join. But the link tree has everything else. So you can find us there. We are on as either at Total Party Krit or at Total Party Krit Game for pretty much everything. There is also a Dice Legion link on there where you can get, I believe it's 10% off of dice. They hopefully will be rolling out some Halloween stuff soon, or if not already. You can get some really cool sets of dice there. They have lots of other things, dice trays. I think they've got some clothes. Maybe?
I don't know if they put clothes back on there, but I know they did.
Okay. Well, they have stuff coming and going all the time. Small business, really nice people to work with. Not Surga, but the rest of us have gotten something from them. And it's been great to work with them. And if you do that, you get the discount, we get a little bit of kickback, and you help with small business and us. If you can, we have a Patreon, and that'd be great. There's different tiers there. You can be an insane person and do the big tier, kill a character, but smaller tiers let you make NPCs or come up with things to add to our stories and games. At some point we'll be releasing some stuff on there once we finish up some background stuff that is slowly being worked on. Have I missed anything? At some point we'll be releasing some stuff on there once we finish up some background stuff that is...
I think you got everything.
Okay. So, spoilers ahead. Stick around if you want to see us chat, wrap up, and answer some questions. 3, 2, 1. Spoiler time. How'd everyone like the game?
Interesting.
I'm so
Yay,
excited.
I assume this is our Halloween thing.
Yes. Well, the next game specifically, but yes.
Yay, spooky
Death
otherworld shit.
Where you're going into the Shadowlands.
Yeah,
Fun
just as long
zone.
as we don't see that one thing, we're fine.
Oh, one thing. What?
There's a lot of one
What
things.
are you talking
That
about?
we saw last Thursday.
Yeah, what could go wrong? What could be scaring all of the ghosts and wraiths and all the undead things away?
Yeah. Nain Rouge.
I was dying when your characters were having a very different discussion.
Yeah.
Ah, the quick confusion method.
I'm so excited to see how this goes.
So am I. Oh my gosh.
And to be fair, I don't think that Chevy's ever actually met Nain, just heard of Nain because of Mike and King.
Yeah. Definitely would have seen some squirrels, but never actually seen the kid.
Has Zep met Nain, or is Uriel the only one in this group that's met Nain?
I think Zep might have also just heard of him. Or no, wait, I think he met Nain in the preparing for the warehouse attack.
It was the zombies. I believe. No, that was William.
Yep.
Yeah, I think you probably would have seen or vaguely spoken to him, but you didn't actually meet him. Uriel's the only one that's actually had decent interactions with him.
That's so funny.
Yes. Yes, it is. So, I don't know if you've seen any of the things with Nain in them. Nain actually has green squirrels. Like, they are tinted green. Like, but not just from paint. Like, they are legitimately, that's their fur color. Has a green tint to it.
That's apparently what happens when that particular Nosferatu ghouls a bunch of squirrels.
Fun fact above the table, it's actually a, would you call it a cryptid myth?
Yeah, technically speaking.
I forget where it is, but there's actually in Michigan, there's a cryptid myth of green squirrels. And so I lifted it for Nain. Because I was like, I have to. It's in a much different city, but I don't care.
Close enough.
Yep. So, hands off to whoever got that one.
Someone from Michigan visits the city. They see the green squirrel and go, "What the heck? They followed me."
Right. I think it was like... It wasn't Flat Rock or anything like that. I don't know. I don't remember where it was. It was like
Amble?
maybe...
Amble?
I don't know where that is. It's probably on like the opposite side of the state. I don't care. It works. It's fitting and it's hilarious.
Population
Post that in the other
approximately-
Discord.
Yes. Population approximately 16.7.
I'm slightly concerned about the 0.7, but sure.
It's the fluctuation.
I know. So yeah, if you want to see the legend of it, join our Discord. Because it's funny.
That's hilarious.
Questions, comments, concerns about this last game?
I have a question for Faye.
Okay.
Did you think that Chevy was going to cause a problem, like an actual problem there?
I was wondering if I was going to have to pull up some character sheets here.
No. Because of that one thing that's on his.
Mm-hmm. I wondered.
Yeah.
Did Jesus Christ, did you enjoy the poking?
Yeah. Which just kept getting him more angry, but he was like, I can't do it.
Yup.
Those of you that are at all curious, it's one of his convictions that he doesn't fight friends. Even if they're wrong. And even if it's not his friend, if it's a friend of somebody that he's working with, it's his friend.
Hey, all they were doing was trying to make sure that the big bad scary kindred weren't gonna kill the caitiff.
Yeah. But don't eyeball me. I don't like it.
Exactly why I did it.
What was Life's first impressions of the group?
Uriel interests Life quite a bit. Zep couldn't get a good read on him. I don't think with a 2 Life could figure out, oh, he's a thin blood with Sense the Beast.
No, it takes a crit to figure
Oh.
out, even if they're vampires. But with context of knowing they were sent from Leon, then yeah, you could have put that together.
Technically, with the lifelike perk, Zep always has lesser life active, so I'm not sure if you could read anything from that.
It's not your physical condition. Sense the beast actually senses your inner kindred beast. Like the monster inside of you.
Yeah, I mean, like, you could put A and B together.
Well,
There is a thin blood merit actually that stops sense the beast from working.
yeah,
Yeah,
but
but-
Zep didn't have it.
Yeah, and I think the whole thing is Zeb always basically having Blush of Life up, and there's a beast there. Potentially could have figured it out, especially if you hang around with Thin Bloods.
Yeah, maybe not at like first meeting, but you can probably put that together by the next one. A lot happened tonight. Not necessarily violently, but there was a lot.
Oh yeah. Life Dodge is curious about Chevy, but is like, I'm gonna keep someone between me and him. Just you know, you go to a restroom, you go one away from the other person at the urinals, or as far away as possible.
Oh god.
You're really gonna like Rufus then.
What was
I'm so ready for that.
what was the group's thoughts on life?
Uriel is intrigued.
Very talkative.
Yes, so open.
Chevy's like, don't ever tell this dude anything. He will snitch on you immediately.
I was very tempted to take the translucent flaw.
That's hilarious.
But, you know.
Fantastic.
It would have been fitting. Because it's like, here's all my stuff.
right.
Take it.
Word vomit.
Pretty much. You can't tell me that wasn't what happened tonight. On life's end. Anything else before we end the session?
What's up?
I'm all good.
Okay. Look forward to the next one. Hopefully there's no problems for you guys. Because I don't know if you read this ability, but legitimately in the Shadowlands, if a kindred gets killed, they don't fall into torpor. It's legitimately a pile of ash and blood.
Wonderful.
It's fine. I have 7 health.
Oh, I have low health. I have 4.
You'll be fine, maybe.
Yeah, I don't have great health either.
Fine.
Just stand
Well-
behind the scary one,
Yeah.
aka Zep.
The thin blood is the brawler. It's hilarious.
Oh.
He was supposed to be Dengle.
It's okay. What Chevy does have for combat, he does very well. I just don't know if it's actually going to physically work.
We'll see.
Let's hope.
Something for me to figure out before the next game. So I think we will wrap things up here. Thank you for sticking with us, everybody, and have a good evening.
Right?